channel. Today I bring you a unboxing from Wattlebiz. Sandy was so kind enough to send me this 100 centimeter frame. Look at that, look how big this is. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Sandy, for giving me this opportunity to share this with everyone and share another yet amazing product that you carry. Guys, I did unbox a previous video of another frame, which is an 80 centimeter frame. This is a 100 centimeter frame. As you can see here, I have the 80 centimeter right here. Look at that. I have my dragon cell there. And if you haven't checked that out, please go check that out. She also has a desk stand and a floor stand. They're all available on her website. I will link the items in the description below. I just finished filming the assembly video for the floor stand, so go check that out. But for now, I just wanted to show you how well packaged this 100 centimeter frame came. I will take it out of the plastic and then I will come in and show you how to put it together. And I'm sorry, I apologize for my background. I'm filming in my craft room because it's the only space I have right now. And then I have my doggy over there in the corner. He wanted to be a part of the video. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so now we've taken everything out of its plastic. So the package came in with these two rods. This is what's going to hold your Ada in place. The two side rods. Okay, this is what you're going to use to tighten and make the Ada stiff in your frame. And then you have the top and bottom frame. Okay, each has a slit. There's 4 slits, 1, 2, 3, 4 in each of the rods here. And the first thing you would want to do is to obviously take off this plastic. It's attached on all 4 sides. So this is very well packaged, very well made. I have no issues with the other frame that I have, the 80 centimeter frame. I have no issues with that. Let me just throw that to the side. And then we'll do the same for this one. And here we go. And here we go. Okay, there we are. All right. Now, the kit also comes with this tool is what you're going to use to push in your Ada, so that you can go ahead and insert the rod on the side and insert as so. So as you're pressing down the Ada, you're pushing in the rod. This will keep the Ada in place. This is very sturdy. With my other frame, I have no issues with that Ada coming out. It will stay in place with that. We also have a wrench if you need to tighten up the sides, an Allen key, which we will use to screw and tighten the bolts on the side. And now we have the bolts, as you can see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting that together. Okay, so now that we have all of our tools and all of the things out of the package and we're all ready to go, these bolts are now going to be attached to the side of these rods. Okay, so each side will have a rod. So let's go ahead and insert that there, and we could just start screwing in a little. As you can see, you can just screw that in. You don't have to do it so tightly yet, because when you put on the side rods, that's when you will have to tighten it for the side rods, and then for that to stay in place. So let's just tighten that. That's two. We'll go ahead and just, again, we're tightening it in that hole there, and just a little bit, just to keep it in place. Okay. All right, now we are going to attach the rods to the side. Okay, and the first thing, let me see if I can move there we go. That way you can see. And let me see if I can, no, I can't do it close up. Okay, so what you'll do is you're going to attach, you see that hole there? You're gonna push that in and then push it down. So insert this way, and when it's in this position, that's when you will tighten. Okay, so for now, what we'll do is we're going to get an Ada. Let me go grab an Ada so I can show how to tighten the Ada in the canvas, in the frame, sorry. So how we're gonna tighten the Ada in the frame. Okay, so the Ada I chose is the Ambulite, and I am working on it sideways. So right now, this is what I have, and I'm gonna frame it this way. Now, it has to be sideways. Obviously, this is only 100 centimeters. This is way too long. It just keeps going. So we're gonna do it sideways. So let me just roll this up a little bit so I can show. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to line up your frames. Okay, just line it up as so. Then you're going to insert the top of the frame in here. So let me see if I can bring you closer. Okay, and then like that. There you go. And okay, maybe like that. Okay, there you go. So right now I brought in my Ada. This is the Ambulite. This is, well, how big is this? This is the one I'm working for, but I'm doing sideways. And if it could tell me what size, I keep forgetting what size this is. Oh, so this is 520 stitches by 241 stitches, but it doesn't say how big it is. I'll put it on the screen for you so you can just have a reference point, because I always forget how big this is. But and it's very long as wide, but right here, this is how I would like to put it. So we're gonna take one end of our Ada. We're gonna go ahead and start pushing in the cloth inside. Now, the trick is to do it evenly, okay? So the trick is to start off evenly. So you can use the numbers or the grid on the Ada and start doing that, and that'll give you I want to say, like, you can eyeball it and say, okay, that looks straight, all the numbers are on the frame. And then we'll take one end of the rod, the orange rod, and we'll go ahead and insert it. Let's move this out of the way. Let's move that here. Let me show you here. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and insert here. And here we go. And as we have the rod in place, we'll go ahead and push the Ada in. There you go. And there you go. Because once you get this in place, it's done. Like, you can always That's the tricky part, is putting the Ada evenly. If you do it evenly, it will work. Okay, there we go. It looks like it's going in nice and easy. Look at that. Nice and easy. Okay. And we are pushing that rod in, and that will stay in place. And you can see, look. Okay. Now let's roll that out a little bit. I'll put that to the side. Now we're gonna do the second rod. And we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Now, like I said, everything has to be even. If not, it won't work. It will be more up, like it'll be like this, like one on one side, it'll be higher than the other. You want it to be even so that it, when you go ahead and do stretch it out, it's nice and tight. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it some wiggle room so I can, there you go. It looks like I'm even here on both sides. Okay. And here we go. We're gonna start inserting here. Okay. And this is all trial and error with any frame. This is not something that just happens easily. This is something that you have to do a few times maybe, and that's okay. That's quite all right. It took me a few times too, because I don't usually work in frames. I was working in hand, but once I found these frames, I changed my mind, and now I work in frames. So this is an amazing product here. It's nice, simple design. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're inserting. You see? Nice and easy. There you go. Nice. Okay. Okay. As long as the rod is not coming up, you know that you're inserting it correctly. And there you go. And just a little bit more, and it is in. It's in. There you go. So now we've inserted the Ada. We have inserted on both sides here and then here. Now I'm going to show you how to attach these side rods. So we'll be right back on that. Okay, so now that we have our two sides attached top and bottom on the frame, we're gonna go ahead and attach the side rod. So like I had mentioned earlier, you're gonna insert the bolt through here and then push down to keep it in place. Okay, so I'm inserting there and here. Let me go here, and we're gonna insert here, and we push down. Okay, so it should look something like that, where it's uneven. You don't want to leave it on the same length. Let me see if I can show you better. It's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to have a little gap, because that's how it stays in place. You see that? Like that. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, and we're pushing in, and then we're gonna take our Allen key, and then we're gonna go ahead and start tightening the bolt to keep it in place. And this is simple. This is not hard at all. You tighten it however you feel you need to tighten it. Simple, easy design. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead here and do the same thing on this side. We're just gonna tighten here. takes a few minutes. Once you've done it a few times, it's simple and easy. Okay, so it should look something like that. Okay, you see how you have the space here and it's not aligned with the frame, with the rod. Okay, okay, so sorry about that. What I was showing was that that's how it should be. You see that? You see the space here? Okay, and what you want to do is hide the orange rod so it's not poking out in this hole here, because then it'll just push out. So you just want to keep it here behind the metal piece here so that it doesn't come out at all. So that's one way to secure the rod in place as well. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and make sure that this is tight. Okay, make sure it's real tight in place. That's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have inserted both rods to each side. Now, one suggestion I do want to give when you're putting this frame together is to have these side rods in a manual setting, meaning the shortest setting possible. That way, as you're extending it, it gets longer and wider, okay? You don't want to leave it in an open or too long of a extent, these rods, because then it won't be able to extend the frame or widen the frame or tighten the frame. So the best thing to do is leave it in a manual setting, which is the shortest length possible, or the way it already comes. So I'm just going here, I'm tightening up my bolts again, making sure that everything is tight so that the top and bottom rods do not twist or anything like that, or they don't turn, because if these are not tight, then everything else will turn as you're extending the frame. So just make sure that everything is tightened. Okay, and what I do is I use the screw end of the Allen key to tighten the bolts, but then I use this side of the Allen key to extra tighten, because that really tightens everything. There you go. That's not going anywhere. And then, so now the final part is to tighten up everything. So this is where I believe they're going inner. We're rolling inside. So we're rolling this way to your right to go ahead and tighten the Ada. And make sure that you're turning the frames or the side rods around the same time, because you don't want one side to be longer than the other. So just tightening, and this is what's gonna make it taller and wider. Okay, I already see it. I already see it getting tight. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on turning. It's already getting tight, tight, tight. And let me just go ahead and do this, because this is easier for me. There you go. Look at that. It's already tight. Okay, if you want to go ahead and put it tighter, you can. That's what I love about these frames. Okay, look at that. Okay, and then it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be too tight, and then these side rods are tightening. It's already tight. No more. It can't tighten any more than that. Okay, so look at that. Look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and then place it on the frame. on these floor stand. I'm gonna go ahead and place it there, and you will see just how tight this can get. I'll be right back. Okay everyone, so I went ahead and placed the frame on the floor stand, as you can see here, which is another amazing product. But go check out the video for that one. And look how nicely it fits. This is the 100 centimeter frame, and look how nicely it fits here. Look at that. Now we're gonna check out the tightness. Look at that. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Sandy, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to review this frame, the stand. I appreciate it so much. Guys, go check out her website. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, go ahead and check that out. You can see so many new upcoming images. You can see people's whips, the works in progress. Such a great, loving community. She, if you check out her website, she just doesn't have frames or stands. She has all of that. She has amazing images in cross stitch and diamond painting, and she also has needle minders, so those are amazing as well. So go check her out. I will have the listing for this frame in the description below, but for now this is all I have. I appreciate you guys joining me today, and until the next time, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep on stitching. Bye.